All right, hi everyone. Welcome to this all levels flow. We'll be here for about 30 minutes today. We're going to start our practice in child's pose. So go ahead and find your way to a comfortable child's pose. And just start to deepen your breath. You might feel the belly press into the legs as you inhale. Maybe the back ribs expand a little bit. As you exhale, try to let all of the air out of your lungs. My intention for each class this week is going to be strength. Not just physical strength, but mental, emotional, and maybe more than that. Think about how you can choose to be strong during this very weird and challenging time. Think about how you can be strong here on your mat, but then take that with you off of your mat. Once you've grounded for a few moments in child's pose, you can make your way to your hands and your knees for tabletop. Aligning the wrists under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. We'll drop the belly and look up with an inhale for cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin for cat. Moving back and forth between these two, following your own breath. Go ahead and find your way back to a neutral spine. We're going to send the ball of the right foot to the back of the mat and gently rock. Start to create a little bit of space in your ankle, your calf muscle, your wrists. And then we'll take a little pause here. Picking up the left knee, hug it in toward your chest. Drop the left knee to the mat. Pick up your right foot, let it be flexed, let your toes face down. And then open that leg toward the right side of the room, toes now facing forward. Let's drop the foot. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, thread the needle. Right cheek comes to the mat. And then you'll walk your left hand forward. Create a little bit of space underneath of your left armpit and along your left side. Go ahead and bring your left hand back. Unwind, sweep your right arm high. And then let that right hand return to the ground. We're going to try and pick up the right foot. And then let it fall all the way over to the left, looking over your left shoulder. Picking up the foot, let's come back to table. Turn your fingertips outward. And then rock from side to side. Let's turn the fingertips forward. Left foot goes to the back of the mat. First we'll rock, create a little bit of space. Let's take a little pause right here. Pick up your right knee, hug it in toward your chest. Drop the knee. Pick up the left foot, press through the heel, square hips, toes down. And then open up to the left side of the room, toes face forward. Dropping that foot. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, thread the needle. Once the left cheek is on the mat, walk your right fingertips forward. Bringing that hand back. Unwind, left arm lifts. Return the hand to your mat. Picking up the left foot. Let it fall all the way over to the right. Look over your right shoulder. Picking up your foot, coming back to table. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Find some movement here by pedaling the feet, bending one knee at a time. Maybe nodding the head yes and no. And then finding some stillness in your downward dog. Try and relax your shoulders down your back. Inhale, let your heels lift. As you exhale, let your heels fall a little bit closer to the ground. We'll do that again. Inhale, heels lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, heels lift. With an exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Take a big step or a hop to the front of your mat. Standing forward, fold, Uttanasana. Halfway lift with your inhale. Let your gaze be down and your back flat. As you exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Let the hands meet. As you exhale, hands come to the heart. We'll take some shoulder rolls. Interlace your fingers, reach forward, round your spine, tuck your chin, kind of like a standing cat pose. And with an inhale, let your arms lift. Lean to the right, look under your left arm. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, take it to the other side. Go ahead and bring it back to center. We'll take a small back bend, letting the heart open. Swan, diving down, standing fold. Halfway lift with an inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Plant your hands, step back to high plank pose. Come to our intention of strength. How can you find that here physically, but also mentally? Tell yourself you're strong enough to stay here for as long as you want. We're going to roll forward. Drop the knees, pause, and then the chest and chin, lower hips stay high. Let's sweep forward and find baby cobra. Heart open, your hand should be next to your ribs here. Straighten the arms, full cobra. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Open up your hip, bend your knee, and then circle out your right ankle. Let's straighten the right leg, square the hips so that your toes face down. Exhale, knee toward nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee toward nose, take a pause, and then drop the knee to the mat and open for modified side plank, left arm lifts. Trying to float the back foot, maybe extending your arm forward with your palm facing down. Drop the foot, drop the hand. Right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Now use your core and place your right foot in between your hands. We're going to rise for warrior one. Lower your back heel here. Just take a few moments to settle into the pose. Shoulders are nice and relaxed. Let's take a nice deep inhale. And exhale, open to warrior two. Flipping your front palm, find reverse warrior. Cartwheel the hands, frame your front foot, pivot your back foot. Drop your knee, untuck your toes. Inhale, let the arms lift. And as you exhale, goal post and open at a small back bend. Taking one more inhale here. As you exhale, frame your foot with your hands. Finding your half split, straighten your right leg. Try and pull your right hip back, left hip forward, toes are flexed up toward the ceiling. Start to make your way back into a lunge. Tuck your back toes, lift your knee. Plant the left hand on the ground, send the right arm up. Lowering the right hand, straightening the right leg. Spin the toes to the left side of your mat, wide forward fold. Interlace your fingers at your low back, and then try and lift your hands for shoulder rinse. Releasing the hands. Inhale, come to your fingertips, halfway lift. Exhale, let it go. Place your hands on your hips, slowly start to rise up. Heels in, toes out. Bend your knees, bend your elbows, high goddess. If you want, you can sway from side to side here. If you're moving, find stillness. Place your hands at your heart. Straightening the legs. Big step to the front of your mat. Tadasana, mountain pose. Nice deep inhale through your nose. Side out through your mouth. We'll do that again, in through the nose. Side out. Inhale, rise up. Hands come to the heart. We're going to have a seat in Utkatasana, chair pose. With an inhale, we'll lift about an inch. With an exhale, sit a little bit lower. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sit a little bit lower. One more inhale. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release, down, plant your hands, high plank. Optional flow here, knees, chest, chin, or high to low plank chaturanga to upward facing dog. The exhale moves you to downward dog. Taking a couple of breaths here, trying to treat this down dog as a resting pose. Notice where there's tension. Let your left leg lift, three-legged dog. Open up your hip, bend your knee, circle out your ankle. Try to get your heel toward your glutes, knees up toward the ceiling. You might feel a little bit of a stretch in your quad muscles and your hip flexors. Let's straighten the legs, square the hips, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee toward nose. Inhale up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee toward nose, pause. Drop the knee, open modified side plank. Stay, maybe float the foot, maybe extend your arm forward with the palm down, and breathe. Drop the foot to the back of the mat, lower the hand, inhale, three-legged dog. With an exhale, place that left foot in between your hands, rise up, warrior one. See if you can relax your shoulders a little bit more and engage your core a little bit more. Taking an inhale. Exhale, open, back foot spins, warrior two. Flipping your front palm, reverse warrior. Try to maintain the lunge in your front knee. We're going to cartwheel and frame for that low lunge. Drop your back knee, Untuck your toes. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, goalpost open. One more inhale. Exhale, frame the foot. And find your half split. Remember to flex the toes up. Breathe into the back of that left leg. Returning to your lunge. Tuck your back toes, lift your knee. Right hand plants, left arm extends up. Lower your left hand. Straighten your left leg. Spin the toes to the right side of your mat, wide forward fold. This time, put a small bend in one knee at a time. Just kind of move back and forth at a pace that feels right for you. Same with the depth. You can start to make your way back to stillness. Letting the crown hang heavy. Inhale, come to your fingertips, halfway lift. Exhale, let it go. Place your hands on your hips, press through the heels, rise. Heels in, toes out. Bend your knees, bend your elbows, goddess. Remaining here in stillness or movement if you want. Find stillness if moving. Hands meet at the heart. Straighten out the legs. Big step to the front of your mat. Inhale, rise up. Hands to the heart, chair pose. Inhale, lift an inch. Exhale, sit a little bit lower. We'll do that again. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale together. Exhale, release, Uttanasana, standing fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Release, exhale. Plant your hands, high plank, step back. Optional flow here or right to downward facing dog. I'm skipping this time. You can opt out anytime. With your next inhale, let your heels lift. Exhale, bend your knees. Step or hop to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, rise, palms meet. Place your hands at your heart center. Let your heels lift from the mat and start to activate your core. Find your drishti, your gaze point. Your gaze is now going to shift as we take an open arm twist to the right. Looking toward the right side of the room or back at your right hand. Let's place the hands back at the heart, facing the front of the room. Go ahead and lower the heels and let your right knee lift for stork pose. Knee opens to the right. Tree pose when you're ready. Allow the foot to be flat and the toes down as long as you are not on your knee. So ankle, calf muscle, or bring it to the inner thigh. Branches can grow in any direction, down, out, up. You can even keep your hands at your heart if you would prefer that. Go ahead and release your foot, release the branches, and then circle out your standing left ankle. Bring your feet together. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands meet at the heart center. Let your heels lift, activate your core, find your gaze point. Open arms to the left this time. Bringing it back to center, hands at the heart. Lower your heels. Left knee lifts, stork pose. Open to the left side of the room. Setting up in tree pose when ready. Try to let that knee really open up. You can grow branches in a different direction this time. Really try to stand tall. Try not to dump weight into that standing right hip and leg. If this is easy, you might choose to look upward or even close your eyes. Release the foot, lower your branches. Let's take a couple of shoulder rolls, maybe circling out that right ankle. Now finding Tadasana again, mountain. Closing the eyes, recentering yourself. Trying to feel all four corners of your feet connected to your mat. Opening the eyes, and then placing the hands at the heart. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, chair. Inhale, straighten, lift the heels. Exhale, send the arms back, chair pose again. Let your right foot float a few inches above the ground. Stay here or send it back for airplane pose. Let your gaze be down, let your crown extend forward. Just like three-legged dog, we're practicing square hips here. So toes facing down, right hip down. Staying in airplane, but placing your hands at your heart. And then beginning to lower your right foot to meet the left. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, hands to the heart, chair pose. Inhale, rise, heels lift. Send the arms back, chair pose. Let your left foot float just a few inches above the ground. You have the option to stay or send it back for airplane. Placing your hands at your heart center. Lowering the left foot to meet the right. Inhale, lift, take a small back bend. We'll swan dive all the way down, standing fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Plant your hands, high plank. Optional flow here. Remember, you can always opt out. Let your right leg lift, three-legged dog. Bend your knee, place it beside your right wrist on the ground. Lengthen out your back leg, untuck your toes. We're setting up for half pigeon pose. Allow your shoulders to be in line with your rib cage and your pelvis. Find some length in your spine here. Remember, we do not want to roll off to the right side. So once you've centered yourself, you can begin to walk the hands forward and find some ease in the pose. If you need more time, stay. If you're ready, walk the hands back. We're going to tuck the back toes and lift the knee. And just step right back into downward facing dog. Maybe pedaling the feet here to counter. And then when you are ready, the left leg floats, three-legged dog. Bend your knee, place it on the floor next to your left wrist. Walk the hands back, find the length in your spine and keep your shoulders in line with your rib cage and pelvis. When you're ready, relax, find ease. Bring some attention to your shoulders. Notice if they are relaxed. If you need more time, stay. If you're ready, walk the hands back. Tuck your back toes, lift your knee, step back, downward facing dog. Pedal your feet here. Dropping the knees, swinging the legs around for Dandasana, seated staff pose. Lift your hips so that your sit bones are on your mat. Engage the core and the quads. We'll inhale and rise. Exhale, seated forward fold. Inhale, arms lift, flex the feet. We're going to take a seated twist to the right. So right hand behind the body. Your left hand will press into the outer right leg. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, arms lift. Palms touch, and then the hands will meet at the heart. We're going to place the hands on the ground. Bend both knees so that your feet are planted. You might scoot forward a little bit. Place your hands on your hamstrings, let your feet lift. Boat pose, Navasana. You can stay with the legs bent or straighten them out. You might extend your arms forward. Sitting tall, nice deep inhale. And exhale, plant the feet, knees and heart open. Gaze goes up. Guide the knees together. Extend your arms forward. Start to round the spine, slowly lowering to the back. Once down, straighten the legs. Take a full body stretch. Hug your knees toward your heart. Move from side to side. Dropping the feet. Walk them in a little closer to the rest of your body. We have one round of bridge pose. Press through the feet, lift your hips, guide your shoulder blades together and your heart open. You might choose to interlace your fingers underneath of your bridge. You might be taking a supported bridge if you have a block, pillow, or bolster. Full wheel is also an option if it's in your practice. Lower the hips to the mat. Windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide. Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined bound angle. Placing one hand on your heart, one on your belly. Deepen your breath. When you're ready, Shavasana, lengthen the legs, long feet to the corners of the mat. Arms are out slightly away from the body, palms are facing up. The eyes will close. See if you can relax your jaw. in your third eye center. See if you can really let go here. Surrender, but also stay strong. This is your time, no one else's. Keeping your eyes closed, start to invite some movement to your hands and your feet. Rock your head from side to side. Full body stretch. Hug your knees toward your heart. Roll to your right side. Use your right arm as a pillow. Keeping the eyes closed, press your way up into a comfortable seat. Palms will meet at the heart center. Gratitude toward yourself and your practice, and all other beings. Thumb knuckles rise up to the third eye. The light in me sees and honors the light and love in each of you. Namaste. Thank you guys so much.